much as I hate to say it, unilateral lower body work is extremely important. Why do I say that? Well, it's because honestly, I just hate it. I mean, I don't like higher reps, so if I do step up or lunges, basically it feels like I have to do twice as many reps because I have to do both sides. But regardless of my own personal preferences, unilateral lower body work is key for the full development of an athlete and even for someone like a bodybuilder, stuff like that, okay? Now, and the cool thing with lunges or split squats or the likes is that you can modify them to hit various portions of the lower body. You can put a little bit more emphasis on quads, on hamstrings, on glutes, depending on how you're setting up. Now, the two main modifications you can make to a lunge or a split squat would be the width of the steps you take. So am I stepping close or far? And the second one would be the torso angle. Okay? Now these two modifications can be used to target a bit more certain portion of your lower body. Now, one thing though I need to mention when it comes to the torso angle when doing a split squat, a lunge, a walking lunge, or whatever should not change. So if you decide to go with an upright torso, then it should stay upright during the whole range of motion. It should not lean forward, then stand up, because then that means you're compensating my lower back swing to get up. Now, if I'm going with a bent torso, same thing, we'll use like a hip hinge position, and I'm gonna do my lunge, staying in that same position. So the torso angle should change as little as possible during the exercise. Now, the first thing we'll examine is the torso position. The more upright I am, the easier it will be for me to focus more on my quadriceps. If I go more in that position, it's going to be easier to hit my glutes and hamstrings. Okay? Kind of the same rule as in a squat. If I'm squatting with that position, I'm going to hit the posterior chain more than if I squat in an upright position. Okay? So that's the first modification. So if I want to hit more quads, my split squats will be done more in that upright position. If I want to hit more glute, hamstring, I'm going to lean forward, push my hip. It's not just leaning here. I want to push my hips back as if I'm doing a hip hinge, and I'm going to do my split squat in that position. Second modification you can make is the width of your stance. The shorter my stance is, the more I'm going to focus on my quad. The wider, the more I'm going to focus on glutes and hamstrings. So if I want to hit glutes, hamstring a bit more, I'm going to use a wide stance, bring my hips back a bit, and then use that angle. If I want to hit more quadriceps, shorter stance, more upright position here, more quadriceps. Very simple modification, but it can make a big difference. You can even do a mechanical drop set. You can start with the more posterior chain position, and when you hit failure or close to it, then you can switch to the more quadriceps position. So that will allow you to get more full lower body development in one set, more time effective, like a mechanical drop set. So if you make these modifications, you can actually enhance the benefits of the split squat exercise or lunges. Because most people will naturally tend to use the position that favors their dominance. If I'm doing lunges or split squat, I naturally stay upright and use just short steps because I'm quad dominant. But for me, the best version would be to use here and wide stance to really focus on my own weaknesses. So beware, be careful that you will always try to use your strongest position. But that doesn't mean that it's the position you should be training at, especially if you want to fix a weakness.